engaging with the community since 1970. This is WIS Awareness with Billie Jean Shaw.
Well, happy Sunday to you. Thank you so much for joining us for Awareness. I'm your host, Billie Jean Shaw. Happy to be back with you all again. Happy August to you as well. This month is National Black Business Month. If you're not familiar with why this is so special, it's really an annual celebration to recognize Black entrepreneurs and their contributions to the economy. Now, for all the Black business owners watching today, I have some very important information to share with you. All month long, tech giant Google, they're holding free workshops centered around Google tools for minority and Black business owners. And joining us today to talk about the benefits of those workshops is serial entrepreneur and digital content creator and realtor Ken Walker. He's a man that wears many titles. Ken, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we appreciate seeing you in real life. You're always on Instagram showing us a series of all the amazing things that's here in the state around Columbia, and we appreciate that.
Thank you all for watching.
Yes, but you also are dedicated to sharing important tips for minority and Black business owners through Google. Yes. Before we jump into the details about the workshop, how did you get involved with Google in the first place? By the way, that's a flex, Ken. I love it. I'm happy for you working with Google. So how did you partner with them?
Actually, they found me because of my social media. So when you typed in Columbia, South Carolina, I kept popping up, and then they started typing in South Carolina. It was just like, you keep popping up and you're relevant, you have engagement, and they were just like, we're looking for a coach that has engagement. Would you be interested? And I was just like, okay, cool.
Who can say no to Google?
Who can say no to Google? So it was like really a taken back moment, because it was something like they just ended up in my DMs. It wasn't like an email, it was like a DM, like, hey, would you consider doing this? And I was like, if this is real, then sure.
Yes, yes.
And then it just took off from there, and I'm like certified in like 4 different certifications for Google right now, and I really love it because it's the fact that I can give back on so many different levels now, from content creation to coaching, which is awesome.
That's amazing. So as a digital coach, outline your responsibility.
So as a digital coach, my responsibility is mainly to show small businesses how to grow using Google tools. A lot of people actually don't understand like how much Google has just in your Gmail account. You have Google Docs, which is similar to like Microsoft Word and Excel. You also can like hold storage there, and then you also have templates for like Canva. Instead of using Canva, you actually use some form of Google that has things like that. When you have a Google profile, they actually have badges for women-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses, that actually pushes you to the top. So it's kind of like the different tools that most companies don't know that they can use that are free, like absolutely free to
That's
use.
amazing, yeah, because a lot of those resources that you mentioned, you have to pay a monthly or yearly subscription bill for that. But this is a way to streamline all of those things for your business. That's amazing. You've been doing these workshops for, what, a few months now?
A few months now, since March.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the pictures of you helping some of the business owners out here in the Midlands. When you host these workshops, what are some of the feedback that you get from the people?
A lot of the feedback I get was, I didn't know Google had this, or I've been paying for this for so long, how come no one told me? So it's kind of like, well, I'm here now as a coach, so everyone has my email. I'm like, hey, reach out to me. And the funny thing about it is, people know Google just as a search engine. They just didn't know how prevalent they were in different fields. And so like, you can see like in their faces, they're just like, wow. So you mean to tell me I've been paying for this and I could have been doing this for free the whole time?
Wow.
And I'm like, yeah. So Google has grants and programs out there for small businesses, especially minority businesses.
And you share those details at your workshop as well. Let's talk about why minority businesses and Black-owned businesses. What is Google's point of really wanting to focus on that area?
Google figured out, I want to say about 6 years ago, there was a major disconnect when it came from minority businesses and our other counterparts who were benefiting more from like the social media as well as the Google tools and everything. And they saw that it was like businesses, when they were doing research, minority businesses didn't even know too much about what Google did. And they felt like that was a problem. So they were just like, hey, let's create a program strictly for minority businesses to kind of update them, keep them updated with the things that we do, because we feel like they're lagging in this, but we have so much money that we can pour into them for free.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was one of the main reasons I signed up, was because I felt that they were genuine about their attempt to want to help minorities. And when they brought me on, they didn't change me. They didn't want me to do a certain thing. They were just like, hey, teach it your way and reach the people. And I was okay with that.
Wow, that's amazing. Heavy on the emphasis of you didn't have to change anything about you.
Right.
You already had it. That's why they contacted you. And we talked about the benefits for people attending the workshop, but how has this benefited you, Ken? Because you are a Black business owner as well.
Yes, it put me more into the coaching role. So now I'm more prevalent into coaching now. More so, I was already doing it, but now I'm kind of like, I'll say I have the confidence now to be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely a coach.
Yeah.
And now I'm like whipping facts out like this, and it's crazy because I've always viewed myself as a person with knowledge, never before really a coach. And so now I'm into the role. I'm like, I'm really coaching. Like this is a real thing, and like I have Google behind me, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it makes me feel great about myself. But at the same point in time,
as you should, yeah.
At the same point in time, I love it because I get to give back. So it's kind of like even seeing their faces when they leave or when they send me like a note like, hey, I use this and now my business is doing great. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
That's good.
It's the self-pleasure I have too.
Well, congratulations to you, Ken. You are doing amazing things in the community. Share your Instagram handle with our viewers so they can stay in touch with you.
At Ken Walker, the Realtor, for IG, the Ken Walker Show on IG, and Ken Walker, the Realtor. Ken Walker Show for TikTok. You can find me on there. Yeah, TikTok is like huge for me.
Yes, I know. You always are putting out that content. And when is the next workshop?
Next workshop is on the 17th.
August
Thursday,
17th?
August 17th at 6 p.m. at Imperial Clothing, downtown Columbia, South Carolina.
All right, that sounds good. And we'll have a full list of all of the workshops on our website as well. And right there on your screen right now, you can see the full list of the upcoming workshops so you can meet the digital coach, Ken Walker. Again, Ken, thank you so much for coming on the show. We still have so much to come for awareness. After the break, we're going to be talking about the topic of race. It can be a really tough topic to tackle for many, but there are details on a community event to help facilitate those difficult conversations.